Hello students, welcome to Social Science class 10th. In recent videos, student, we have discussed about the 5th, 6th and 7th feature of our Indian federal system. Now we will discuss about, we have discussed about coming together federation and holding together federation. So you can answer the question, what is the difference between coming together federation and holding together federation? So coming together federation means when two or more countries combine to form a union and form a united government, that is called united or coming together federation. Means United States of America, Switzerland and Australia have this kind of system of power balance. On the other hand, holding together means when one country divide itself into different states or provinces because of its diversity to have better administration. This kind of system of power balancing is called holding together federation. After that, we will in India, Spain and Belgium, this system is opted. Next is, now we will discuss next thing in this video. So student, what make India a federal country? So federal country कैसे बनता है? I have explained the three lists. Now we will do these lists one by one. So as compared to Sri Lanka, Belgium was more successful in managing the diversity. मतलब अलग अलग तरह के different types of people were living in Belgium and Belgium accommodated them, but Sri Lanka couldn't. Those people who have different language, different religion and different caste and creeds, this kind of system is also present in India. How did India make itself able to control and accommodate these diversities? So let us begin with the constitution. First of and the best key feature to accommodate our social diversity and the norms which are laid for our social groups are in constitution. Our most important feature of our democracy is our well established constitution. India became independent nation after a painful bloody partition. All of you know the partition when in 1947 India and Pakistan was divided. So the constitution was not framed yet. At that time it was not framed. So the drafter of constitution, they were afraid of this kind of incident in future. They did not want to have this kind of incident in future. So they had to work very carefully to accommodate these diversities. So they laid the norms in constitution in this way. The constitution declared India as a union of states. Means constitution declare करता है कि इंडिया एक यूनियन है. यूनियन मतलब इकट्ठा है. किसका? स्टेट्स का इकट्ठा एक यूनियन है. Although it did not use the word federation, the Indian Union is based on principles of federalism. Means we are not using federalism for India. We are not using India is a purely federation, because we have some drawbacks in this system. Not we can say drawbacks, we have some changes in system as compared to federalism. So we can also say that India is a government with the federal government with strong federation with a strong union government. Means balance of power is somewhere is not equal. Some more powers were given to the central government. That is why we cannot call him purely federation. Let us go back to the seventh feature. Seventh feature we have discussed earlier in our last video. That seventh feature is accommodate social diversity and maintain peace. This was the seventh feature of any federalism. So from this we can say that these features apply to provisions of Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution originally provided for a two-tier system of government, that is union government, we can call it central government at central level, and that is state government on the level of state. After that, a third tier of government, the third tier of federalism was added to Indian federalism, that was panchayat and municipality, local governments, which were called local governments. Different tiers of government having separate jurisdiction. All of you we have discussed about this in our features. Constitution provide clear way to exercise power of different level of government, state as well as central government. The Constitution clearly provides the threefold distribution of legislative powers. Means Constitution gave the opportunity to every type of government, each type of government, that is state government as well as central government. So for this Indian Constitution, these lists were declared. All of you are familiar with these lists. Union list, the subject of national importance are included. There are 97 subjects, include foreign affairs, banking, communication and currency, military as well, foreign relations. All these are under union list, means all the decisions related to these subjects are taken by union government. Make law and made policy, any kind of decisions about these subjects which comes under union list, they are decided by our union government. The authority of taking decision about these subject is the authority of taking decision for these subject is of यूनियन गवर्नमेंट, मतलब यूनियन गवर्नमेंट की अथॉरिटी है इनके ऊपर रूल बनाने. नेक्स्ट, स्टेट लिस्ट. सो स्टेट लिस्ट इज डिफरेंट, अनदर टाइप ऑफ सब्जेक्ट, contains subject of state or local interest, means state interest subject like police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. Different state have different kind of system of trade, commerce, agriculture and police, irrigation, etc. So these state government have power to make rule about these. Trade union, marriage, adoption, succession, both union as well as state. I think something is missing in this para and in this page. Let us see what is missing. So student, something is missing. In state list, state government has authority to regulate these things in the particular state. State government's responsibility to regulate these subjects. 66 subjects are included in state list. Next is concurrent list. So student, concurrent list is missing. I don't know why it is missed in my book. I think yours book is also having same problem. So we will have concurrent list. Third type of list is concurrent list. Forest, trade union, marriage, adoption and succession. These subjects are included in concurrent list. So concurrent list. So student, concurrent list included forest, trade union, marriage, adoption and succession. This list has 47 subjects on which union as well as state government has authority to make law. Both union as well as state government. But there is a one provisions also. If there is any law which is the subject of conflict between central and state government or union and state government, then the decision taken by union government will prevail. Means if state government and central government are in conflict with making rule on these subjects, both having different view, then the view of union government will be taken. So in this way all three lists are included which were given in our constitution to balance the powers of government at different levels. Suppose any subject which was not present at that time, for example computer, software, e-banking, etc. All these subjects which came after making constitution, these subjects are called residuary subject, and union government make laws and make policies on this. So central government has responsibility to make laws and policies on these subjects. Residuary subject means those subjects which were included in constitution after independence or after its drafting. So these residuary subjects are these like computer, software, etc. So students, we have lots of things to read, but you need to read only, do the things only, write the things like concurrent list, central list, union list and state list. After that we will proceed further. You will have to write down these subjects and three lists which we have discussed. After that we will proceed to next level. We have different types of governments and union territories as well as in state governments. So we will discuss about this in next topic and next video. Thank you.